Now, when you look at our ancestors before Ardi, the picture starts to get murkier. But there are 3 other species some paleoanthropologists think might have been bipeds. And given their ages, and that bipedalism is traditionally considered one of the defining traits of our lineage, these 3 creatures are also contenders for the title of the first known hominid. A hominid is anything that's more closely related to us than it is to chimpanzees. So this includes us and all of our extinct relatives that existed after the last common ancestor of chimps and humans. Fewer fossils of these 3 potential first hominids have been found, so paleoanthropologists know less about their anatomy and are less certain about whether they were bipeds. The first of these is an older species of Ardipithecus called Ardipithecus kadava. It was found in the Middle Awash region of Ethiopia and dates to between 5.8 and 5.2 million years ago. Evidence that it might have been a biped comes from the shape of the joint of one of the bones in its big toe, and that's it. The second species is called Auroran tuganensis, discovered in the Tugan Hills in central Kenya. It lived around 6 million years ago. There are 13 fossils of this species, and 2 of them are partial femora, or thigh bones. And the latest research on these bones has found that their shape was partway between that of later Australopithecines and those of earlier apes. So some experts think Auroran was a biped, but that it didn't walk quite like the way we do. It might have had its own kind of swagger. Finally, the oldest contender for the earliest biped is Sahelanthropus chadensis. Its partial skull was excavated in Chad and dated to around 7 million years ago. And its discoverers think that it was bipedal based on the position of the hole at the base of the skull, where the spinal cord connects to the brain. Because remember, in bipeds this hole is under the skull rather than on the back. But there's still some debate about whether this is good proof of bipedalism or not, and no other fossils of this species have been